it's been about 5 years when my son was, I guess he was, 9, and he was standing on the curb just on the curb, and his cousin, a little bit overzealously, hadn't seen him for a while, and she ran to him and wrapped her arms around him. He lost his balance, and the both of them went back, and my son was the buffer for his cousin. Anyways, my daughter heard the pound of his head on the cement, but nothing seemed to be wrong with him. But for years after that, and I never connected it until I read your literature, he would often complain of headaches. A young kid complaining of headaches. He actually complained of just feeling low, and that he said, my imagination, it seems to be going. And as do you think that he he obviously was fine enough, it didn't turn into anything worse, but do you think that that's a possibility? Kids falling down, hitting their heads, and...
Absolutely. And a lot of times that's very common. If someone is in a car accident and it's not real severe, most of the time people get out of their car and what do they say? They say, oh, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
So it's okay, nothing happened. But if you take a look at it, their head flipped back and forward, and could that have dislodged those bones or affected the position of those bones? Absolutely. Many times when we're talking with a patient in the history portion, when we're discussing their case, they think back and they can remember a long time ago, I had this fall or I got hit in the head. In fact, research has shown that there is a definite link between head trauma and conditions like we mentioned earlier, like multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's. In fact, the most famous Parkinson's case right now in the world is Muhammad Ali. And has he had significant head trauma?
Blows to the head.
Oh, absolutely. And so that could definitely be something, and it's not necessarily something that in the moment we notice, that we know that we did some damage, but later on we begin to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and we can figure out that something happened a long time ago. And it's quite revealing. When you come to that realization and you see a patient that realizes that, they can finally figure out that this is what's going on in my case.